See, I've been waiting. Waiting on that time. Feel me if you've been waiting on yours. That moment, it's close. It's close.
So I remember you mentioning also, just kind of going with the rolling patterns for a second. You mentioned that if you have somebody who's like one of your clients, if they're doing a bench press, get them to do a rolling pattern before or in between their sets, hop back on, and they're going to be so much stronger.
Yeah.
Is that just simply because they're kind of getting that transverse plane turned on and starting to control it a little better in something that's sagittal like the bench press?
Yeah, it is, and plus it's just a neurological reboot, right?
Okay.
I mean, because that's how we learn to move in the first place.
Yeah.
And what I tell people is that because I'm a grew up as a bodybuilder, right? I like to bench, but people who want to get strong with a bench press usually only bench press.
Yeah. And
I'm like, honestly, the way to get actually extremely good, or let's put it this way, more efficient and better at a bench press is not necessarily do more of it. It's mix up these neural reboot things in between.
Yeah.
So then your nervous system is functioning at a higher level than just a bench presser.
Yeah.
So what I have people do is, okay, that's on Monday because it's Universal Bench Press. Right? And if they're skeptical, I'm like, dude, do your workout the way you want to do it, and then next time you come in, you do what I show you, and then you decide.
Yeah.
So I'll have them do like a rolling pattern before.
Yeah.
Right? And then rolling patterns are really not that difficult to assess. Rolling pattern is where you have upper quarter and lower quarter, upper body, lower body.
Yeah.
You lie on your back and you use one leg to go over your stomach and then bring it back, the other leg to go over your stomach and bring it back, then one arm and then the other arm.
Yeah.
And you want to do it, does it look smooth and clean or does it look choppy and dirty? You'll know smooth and clean when you see it.
Yeah.
Because people either get stuck or they swing, which means they use momentum, or they're like this.
Yeah.
That means that their nervous system can't pattern a rotational pattern.
Yeah.
And that's a primal X pattern. X marks the spot. This to this, this to this, center mass exploder.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah.
Right? So if you're going to struggle doing that, if you have a mobility problem.
Yeah.
So if you're jammed in your T-spine especially, or your neck, rolling is going to be damn near impossible.
Yeah.
But here's my take on it. I'm going to say those don't move because you could not roll in the first place.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they wouldn't have gotten locked up.
Yeah.
And all walking is rolling standing up.
Yeah.
Because it's a gait pattern type of movement.
Yeah.
So what happens is I'm giving you strength, not by training for strength. I'm giving you strength by making your nervous system feel more efficient, so it grants you more strength. I told that in my class that strength isn't built.
Yeah.
We like to think we're building it, but strength is built only when your nervous system gives you the green light to say, I'm going to grant you strength now.
Yeah.
And it's only going to grant you strength when it feels safe.
Yeah.
If it feels vulnerable or threatened. But some people say, oh, well, aren't you stronger in a moment of threat? I'm like, yes, you are, but you ain't going to be for very long.
Yeah.
Because then what happens is you reach that high adrenaline state, you become overtrained, fatigued, recovery goes, and then you have a temporary moment of success.
Yeah.
But then you hit burnout.
Yeah.
And you're going to have a short career.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or you're going to get hurt. Because when you're that sympathetic stressed overload, you get hurt.
Yeah.
That's a high threshold strategy. So I would have them do a roll, then they can do their bench, and then I'm like, okay, you're gonna bench, but you ain't gonna. I used to sit there and look for 60 seconds on my watch and wait for another set. Now people just sit there and do the fucking phone.
Yeah.
But I say now you bench, go down there and give me another roll.
Yeah.
And then you'll come on up. And what's great about rolling too is that rolling is a primary way that the human species can begin to own their inner ear, which is their vestibular system. So that's the liquid crystals that go back and forth like swish, swish. This gives you the ability to have balance, right? And the vestibular system rules the safety road of everything. So people who go rolling and back and forth, if they feel sick when they're rolling, that's the first indication that they have a vestibular balance issue.
Okay.
And then if balance is top of the food chain too, if your body feels an imbalance,
yeah,
even though it can be very subtle, it puts the brakes on anything.
Yeah.
The vestibular system, interestingly enough, is the very first proprioceptive balance system to develop in your body. It actually develops in utero when you're still inside your mom.
Okay.
Yeah, which is cool.